Good morning, everyone. I'm back and I'm ready and I'm all riled up because I want to do some painting. Yes, and I'm doing like this, but you can't see it. Okay, guys. I don't know what happened, but someone directed people to my channel. Jenna and Julian, I think the name was. They do podcasts, and all of a sudden I get all these visitors. And I looked for it because I thought, well, I'd like to see what they said about my channel, but I couldn't find anything. So if someone can help me out, because I'd like to see where they did do that. But I did see a video of them pouring. But they poured with GAC 800, and that is so expensive, and golden fluid acrylics, so freaking expensive. But the thing they forgot was a little bit of silicone, so no cells. But it was kind of nice. I really like to see how people who never work with paint, how they react to it. And I'm telling you, those two, there are hidden artists in both of them, because they were all over that paint. They were pushing it and pulling it and tilting and doing all kinds of stuff. And that was really kind of neat to see. So back to what I'm going to do. The thing is, guys, I saw something really pretty, because when I made this one, as you can see here, when I made this one, I was pretty much overcome by the colors together. See that? There's a little bit of gold in there, but it's not about the gold. It's more about what's going on here. And I was thinking, because I've already bought a lot of, I'm seeing a little bit out of focus. Let's do this, because I want you to see it really well. So I have this, like, here it is, Passepartout. That's what we call a matte, Passepartout. This is a 20 by 20 and a 9.5 centimeter cutout square, as you can see here. And when I put that behind my little painting, as you can see here, let me get it all, look at that. Is that not pretty? Is that not something that someone, you know, that doesn't want to spend too much on art, something that someone would buy? So I was thinking, you know, this might be a sort of a help for people that do art shows. And, you know, not everyone wants to pay $30, $40, $50 for a painting, but this is so easy to make, and it looks so finished and professional if you put it in a mat. And what I can imagine is putting, well, you want to do it really professionally. So what you do is you make sure that it fits. Then you glue this on a backing, something of cardboard, so that it's stiff. Then I would varnish it, and you can choose which varnish you want to put on it. It can be matte, satin, or glossy. And then you stick that whole thing on here. I'll just do a little, like we are gonna sell this. So I would make sure everything is nicely covered. And now I'm only going to do it with a little bit of tape, just, you know, so you get an idea. But like I said, this I would stick on a piece of cardboard the size of the mat. So then, ooh, that's coming off. So that you have a total solid piece. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So there we have the whole thing. And then I would just put it straight back in here to keep it nice and clean. And for the presentation, so we put that in. Make sure we don't get that sticky stuff on the back, which I now have. Yeah, there we go. So that's how you could put them all together. I think I'd take this label off though and put it on the back, and then make sure that it was, I'm not sure if you can get that off that easily. let me see, maybe the mats you guys buy doesn't come with one of these little labels on them. Nah, they don't really come off that well. Nope, not coming off. Maybe with a little bit of tweezers. Nah, it just rips off. So, but what I would do is put it on the back. But here we go. That's something that you can sell. And then if you really want to do it really well, I would put a tiny little signature down here with a very fine white, some sort of a white thing, because that would look really beautiful. But you have to have a really fine little thing. Put it right there, or you can put it on the back. You could just sign here your name, the date. I would be dating these if I were you. And so your full name, a signature, and a date. That's it. And maybe if you wanted to give it a name or something like that, I would call this Orange in Turmoil. Yes, very nice name. So when I saw this, I was thinking, wow, that looks so cute. And I think you could sell this for between the $5 and $10. This would be a perfect little gift for someone to give away or to keep for themselves, or to buy 3 of them in a row or 4 and just, you know, frame them and put them together. That would be something that I think would work very well on a one of those art fair things. Now, this, what I have here, is acrylic paper. And I will show you what it is. This is it, acrylic. See that? Acrylic paper. And it's really thick. It's 400 grams the square meter. There are 50 sheets in this. It is 3/8 by 12.5 inch. That's 24/32. So it's a nice big size. Now I'm trying to help you guys come up with something that maybe you would really like to do. You know, not everyone has a studio and wants to stay in the studio all weekend. I know a lot of you have children, dogs, husbands, cats, I don't know. Oh yeah, the dogs came before the husbands. That's not good. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting some white, just basic mixed paint on my palette. And then I'm going to come in with first a little bit of orange, then the blue, and this is paint I mixed yesterday. I'm going to do a pour with these colors in a bit. Then we put in a little brown, and we put in a little gold, and of course we want some gold all by itself because it's such a cute color. And I would like some, maybe that turquoisey, the turquoisey color. Yeah. But as you see, I got a lot of white lined up. Now, what I'd like to do is, first off, get some white on the paper. And we're gonna, oh, there's a little bit of schmutz, but it's gone. And I'm going to cover the paper with white, just to get it a little wet. And this is really fast, guys, so don't expect some Picasso kind of painting. I'm just, you know, giving you a little idea what to do. So then I'm going to put some of that orange in the white. As you can see, here it is. But I want the colors to be very pastel-like. So that's number one. Then you want another brush, and these are really cheap brushes. You don't want to, you know, spend a lot of money on, when you're doing this, you don't want to spend a lot of money on brushes, because you can buy brushes. They are crazy expensive. But we don't really need that for this type of art. All we want to do is just make sure that we have some paint on this paper. Now you can already see that the paint is of the paper is already buckling, But don't worry about that. Shouldn't worry you one little bit. So I'm gonna put another one down there. Then I want the turquoisey color, but this time a little bit more. And you're probably thinking, where are you going with this? Well, you'll see. I'm not going to be finishing it this video because it has to dry, and then I want to do the rest over it. But what I'm trying to show you is that you can just, with a lot of white in it, you get these really nice pastel looking kind of colors. And what I would do is I would color the whole page in more or less these shades, because later on we're going to do something to it that we, you know, with the marker pens that we have. Now, you don't have to buy really expensive marker pens. What really works well is the jelly roll pens, all that kind of stuff. And if you're a little bit into art, I'm pretty sure you already have a lot of those. Just had to get one more. This is the gold color. Want to let it come back a little bit, maybe a little bit more gold, because we want it to have a little bit of here and there, a little glistening stuff. Now, this is a sort of what I was going to do, and because of the white that I have in it, there's a lot of pastel. That's not enough color. We need a little bit more. There you go. Then we want more orange. Oops, down there. And this is something, you know, you don't have to have a lot of art knowledge. You just make these little things that you think is pretty. And I'll explain why I'm only doing these colors, because the thing is that the background shouldn't be too bold. Now these are bordering on bold, these two, but again, sometimes you need just a little bit the definition in it, because that's pretty. And you can turn your page any which way you want. There we go. I need a little bit more of the turquoisey, because I would like a little bit of color coming down around the sides. And why I'm doing that is because that sort of defines what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on the middle. There we go. Now, anyone can do this. I'm pretty confident anyone can do this. Just rack yourself up a couple of colors that look good together. That's the main part. And then from there on, you just fill up your page. And don't worry about it not, you know, I know that some people have this feeling of when they do this, they all of a sudden they think, I don't like the colors, don't like how it looks, don't like this, don't like that. And I'm very much aware that that's what happens when you're not really into art every single day. So I'm thinking of this as a sort of a project that you're going to be doing, maybe at the kitchen table, because all you need is a little palette like this, a couple of brushes, a brush for each color, a lot of white, and then some colors. That's all you need. Then I want to come back in with the gold, and I am going to come in and do a little bit over the top like this, where I see some of the paper peeking through, and it already, you know, it just gives it a little bit extra volume, whatever you call it. A little bit there. Okay, now this one is the most easiest, I think, because all you do is make these little shapes, and that's about it. I do want gold up here and a little bit of gold down here. Now this is going to dry up and you're going to see the gold. I'm going to pull that down there so we get these nice little squares. That's it. Nah, maybe one more here. Now it's ready. As I'm looking at this, because I know that some people have a problem with where to stop. Sometimes I think we are so into the medium that we just want to go and go and go. And really, you don't really need to. Right now, I'm just, you know, balancing it out. And balancing is everything it has to do with is just looking at it. And this one's pretty much balanced out. But sometimes you see that your eye gets pulled to one part of the painting you've done, and there's a lot of, you know, nothing up here. Then you add something to it. So you'll add something that is a little bit more contrast like. Now, when we've done it, this is ready, and you can make this into many small ones. Let me get some mats. Now, after this one, I'm going to be pouring with these colors to make more of these, because I think these colors are absolutely fantastic. I love those colors together. So I will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of these. So I might be doing a giveaway with these at the end of the month. Depends on how pretty they are. But as you can see already, if you frame this, look at that. That all by itself is just pretty, because you're not really going for that someone is going to love the way you put the paint on the on that paper, but someone's going to love these colors. They're going to say, wow, I love those colors together. Let's do that. Let's buy this little piece of art. Now, here's like one. Here's number 2. And if you were to fill the whole page, because this is 9.5 and the block is bigger, you could take 2. Let's see, 9.5, 1, 2. Now you could take 4 out of this page. So it would be maybe a good practice to color the whole page so that you can get 4 prints out of one of these. Now, this is big enough. I'm telling you, this is really big enough. Because if someone's going to frame this, there'll be something like this around the sides. So you'll be going to 24 centimeters. And if I had a ruler, I could tell you in inches. You'd go to 22. Let's put it around like that. With the frame, 22, that is 8.5 inch. Now that is a pretty good size to be selling on an art fair, because that looks pretty. Now if someone is really overcome by these beautiful colors you've put on there, as you can see, they could buy all 4, and then for about, let's say you sell them between $5 and $10. Let's say you sell them for $7.5. Then you would be making $30 out of this sheet. These are like 85 cents, something like that. They are really cut like a mat, as you can see, but this is done on a machine, so it makes it really cheap. And it is done in an angle like it should be. And like I said, there you go. You have 4 of those, and you would have a beautiful accent piece in your home, and everyone would be happy, right? Now, I also have different sizes, as you can see here. But as you can see, the smaller the black frame gets, it's still interesting, but look at this. This is so much better, because it's all the black sort of causes you to really look at the colors, and here less black around. I think it's okay, but if I were to choose, I would absolutely go for this. This is beautiful. Now, of course, you have them even bigger, sort of the same frame size, but as you can see how bigger the mat is, how more beautiful the painting comes, right? Do I make sense, people? Now, this all by itself would be beautiful to sell at an art show, but when this is dry, and you could come in with a jelly roll pen or one of those, doesn't matter what brand you use, I would make a little scribble thing. I would take one of these papers, cut them in 4 pieces, then put some paint on it so that you can first, you want to see how your pen reacts on top of the colors. And of course you want to scribble a little bit before you go on this, because there is no way you can make a mistake or you'll have to throw the whole thing away, so you don't want to do that. So what I would really advise you guys to do, that if you're going to do this, have a piece of paper just as big as this and put some color on it, cut it up in a couple of pieces, and use that as your sort of go-to piece to see what your pen does. Maybe do a little doodling on it to see what you want to have on this. But once you start drawing on this, it's there to stay, so make sure it's totally dry. And this is really easy. You can just put it on some sort of a heat source, and it'll be dry in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. Goes pretty fast. You can already see the gold drying up, and because it is done with PVA glue. First it's milky white, and as soon as it dries, it will show us the beautiful sparkle and the beautiful sheen of the gold. So that's kind of cool. Now, as you saw me do, this is so really easy. You can have children help you do this as a sort of an art project, but absolutely this is totally good to, you know, go to some sort of art fairs and have a lot of these hanging on the wall or standing up somewhere, or you can even put them on a little easel, because I'm pretty sure people will buy these, because it's a very low amount of money to be paying for real art, because it is real art. Don't forget that. Even though we do this kind of fast, it still is real art. Okay, guys? What I have coming up this weekend, I have my YouTube award. I received it 2 days ago. The thing is, guys, I can't show you my face on the camera because, or maybe you guys don't care. But I got a lot of stitches in my face. I got 10 stitches in my face. I went to the hospital to have a couple of those little things removed, sort of moles, sort of birthmark things. I don't know what you call them, but I had them removed because I want to put my hair up, and I had some on the side of my face that I really didn't like, and I was really self-conscious about it. And I'm not going to tell anyone, ooh, don't be self-conscious about it. No, because it's something that when you talk to someone and you have the feeling that they keep on looking at that makes you really self-conscious, and you just want to get rid of them. I had one in my eyebrow, I had one on my chin, and I had 2 on the side of my face, and I got them all 4 removed. Got 10 stitches. They're going to take the stitches out next Wednesday, but I think, what the heck, I'm going to do the video anyway of me unpackaging my YouTube award, because I haven't done that yet. I want you guys to be there with me when I do that. So we're going to do that this afternoon. I have a pour that I haven't put on YouTube yet, so I'm going to put that one on. It's a it was a lot of work. It went nowhere, really. I was thinking, this is one I'm going to really have to throw away. But then I did a swipe and another swipe, and then all of a sudden it all came together, and it's a beautiful background for a seahorse. That's what I want to put on it, because it's a really long canvas and it would look perfect for a seahorse. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to clean my brushes, which I usually forget. but I don't want to waste a lot of brushes. So I'm going to clean my brushes and I'll clean this all up. And I will be right back to pour. And of course, this we're going to be working on this. But we're going to let it dry first, and then I'm going to come in. I'm thinking something with really, really dark brown going over it. I'm not sure yet, but I'll show you. Okay guys, love you all to pieces. Lieve euch alle, hou voor jullie allemaal. And I will see you in the next video.